Then on to our next passenger, which is Helga Gardarsdottir. She was already on the stage before. She works as a professor at the University of Utrecht, and she also works as a national expert at the EMA in Amsterdam on real-world evidence. As a title of your presentation, you will be talking about this one. Bringing the trials to the patients, because what we really encountered when in our project is when doing an innovation in trials like this, is that actually our methods, they don't really fit in all the regulatory boxes that have been made. And Helga with EAGLE as a whole, our regulatory and ethics work package, they really started in the beginning seeing what can we do in what country, even before the EMA recommendation paper. And she will now highlight one of these topics.
Thank you, Bart. Well, thank you. I am here actually today to present the work of Amos de Jong. He was a PhD student at Utrecht University and is now a postdoctoral researcher at the University Medical Center Utrecht. Some of you might know him. He's a terrific presenter, so I hope I will do his work justice. But today we want to focus on learning more about direct-to-patient IMP supply in Europe. And this morning we talked a little bit about this landscape being unclear, what is possible, what is not possible. And I just included a table from our first deliverable. And this was about DTP in the different countries where there was any sort of guidance or not. So we see Belgium, France, that was not allowed. Denmark, Poland, they allowed DTP. But there was a lot of gray area. So we didn't really know, okay, what's allowed there? It would need individual conversations. So that's what we learned from this first mapping. Then came COVID. For the project, I think that changed everything, was a real game changer. We saw also, of course, reactions within the regulatory domain where there needed to be put forward some flexibilities for the sponsors so they could continue conducting their trials. And Amos, in his work for this specific study, he really wanted to know, okay, what's then the experiences of the people involved in direct-to-patient shipment so that we could learn what kind of barriers and what kind of benefits are related to that. So what did he do? He conducted semi-structured interviews with 16 respondents, sponsors, site staff, and couriers that were conducted between May and September 21. So this was following COVID, and we thought there must be so many new experiences that can be harvested on from this semi-post-COVID period. So in his stakeholder group, most of the involved were courier service providers, and these were also to a large extent people with quite some years of experience. So we looked at different models, investigative site to trial participant, from central pharmacy, from local pharmacy, and from a sponsor depot. So what were his findings? Well, looking at DTP from an investigative side, majority of the people involved had experience with that. They also indicated that that had few regulatory barriers, but really an increased burden for the site staff. Shipping from a central pharmacy, almost half had experience with that sort of approach. Let me see, I should have, yeah. Well, it indicated also that this reduced IMP spillage and cost. This enabled direct-to-patient shipment, but of course with stringent stability requirements for the IMP. But on the downside, they also indicated this increased the distance between site staff and pharmacist and study participant. And we also saw, of course, within the EU countries, this was not accepted in all of those countries. So that was reported as a barrier. Local pharmacy, only about 1 out of 10 had experience with that. And in relation to what were then the benefits, they really indicated suitable way for the low interventional trials with an authorized IMP, that would be useful. But also that this, just as with the first, that this increased this burden on the local pharmacists that would need to facilitate that. So to conclude, they... let me see, I put the last one, sponsor depot. Nobody had experience with that. So to conclude, we realized several supply models are available, all with their benefits and barriers in the EU. And with that, I'm within time.
Thank you very much.